All right, it was good, guys. Welcome back to another special episode, Active Ambition Podcast. So today we have a very special guest. He's going to introduce himself and what he's about. Morning, sir.
How's it, buddy? Yeah, thanks for having me. So, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Niku. I'm a proud member of IBFF. I am the current Gauteng president. And yeah, I've been invited today to have a little bit of a chat.
Yeah.
So looking forward to sharing some great info, some nice surprises, and a lot of things that's going on with an upcoming show and then the IBFF.
Definitely. So, firstly, I just want to know what's the origin of the IBFF? Where did it start and how did it come about?
So the IBFF, from my point of view, was a federation, and our slogan was a federation for the athletes by the athletes.
Okay.
A new federation for a new generation. So it initially started Europeanly based, and the IBFF South Africa, or the South African division, grew drastically, very quickly, under the leadership of Arnie. And we all became involved purely because of the feeling we had when we started competing with the IBFF and so forth. So it was a European-based federation, obviously with a worldwide footprint. The South African sector of that federation grew very large. We became one of the key aspects to the federation, and thus from there we built the new look or the IBFF Worldwide Federation, which started in October last year, and is now spreading like wildfire across the world. We are very excited about some key things that I believe Arnie will discuss a little bit later. But the IBFF Worldwide, the new look, the way forward is going to be absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, true. No, I can attest to that. So, what I want to know is, since you started the federation, how would you say have the athletes adjusted and adopted the new culture in the federation? Would you say that is it a new thing here in South Africa for athletes to partake in, or is it something the athletes have been waiting for?
So I think the fact that we made the move and the split from the old IBFF way of thinking in life was very well received in terms of the athletes, because we are all athletes. Everything we fought for, everything we discussed, everything we did, and again, Arnie can back me up on this, was for the athletes. You know, I'll use a simple example: the classic physique lineup. We fought with the Europeans for a few years in terms of weight caps and stuff. Because the South African boys are big boys, you know? We big bone, muscular, thick guys, and we couldn't compete in the classic physique lineup because the weight caps was simply not where it was supposed to be. So we did case studies and we fought, and eventually when we moved to the new federation, the new look, we've seen the classic physique lineup grow exponentially in the IBFF, and like you guys will see on social media, some of our classic pros are very keen on facing each other later this year, and the hype around it is massive. And I mean, I can say, and I'm saying this to any federation, any athlete in South Africa, the classic physique lineups in the IBFF will match any lineup in any federation in this country. It's absolutely, and I'm a massive classic physique fan. So the classic physique lineups is just an example of this new movement, this new generation, and we've made some changes when it came to some of the classes and stuff. But all of that was aimed from an athlete point of view. And it's been received very well. The upcoming shows that are coming will be a testament of how these changes build and stuff like that. And we had a massive show last year, IBFF Universe, that was extremely successful.
Yeah.
It was probably the biggest show the IBFF world has ever seen.
Yeah.
And it was great. We had athletes from all over the world, and we literally just growing on that show by show. So yeah, from a new direction,
Yeah.
I believe the athletes have accepted this very well, because they know that the decisions that was made for their business.
Oh, okay. Now that's proper. And talking about upcoming events, there's a very big show coming up in September.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fire and Ice.
Yes, very. Listen, guys, I light up when I heard the word Fire and Ice, because like it's my baby this year.
Yeah.
I've been given the honor, like I said, I'm the Gauteng president.
Yeah.
Alongside my vice president Tammy, we've been given the honor of putting the famous Fire and Ice show together this year, and it has a legacy.
Yeah.
I always say it's one of the Royal Three, one of the big ones for the IBFF, and so we have this massive responsibility. First of all, to honor that legacy of that show, but also saying that we always want to step it up one notch. So, and I'm very excited to say that I believe that we're going to exceed that expectations, because we have some great things in the pipeline. So yeah, the Fire and Ice show is going to be absolutely brilliant.
True. And what can people expect on that show in terms of the quality of athletes, the environment? How can one actually come and partake in that event? Because there's someone watching there who's never really competed, or is trying to find a stage where he can showcase.
So I love that question, because I was at that point one time in my life where I wasn't sure where to compete. I would just know that I wanted to try this. And the IBFF is the best place, in my personal opinion, to come and experience that. My first show ever was an IBFF show. We were talking about it earlier. I competed in a novice lineup against 15 other development athletes. Listen, I got my ass handed to me. I placed sixth in that lineup, but I enjoyed it so much. It was absolutely brilliant. So the IBFF has a big drive in terms of developing new athletes. Whether you're from Sandton, whether you're from Katlehong, whether you're from the Kasi, whether you're based in the suburbs, wherever you're based, we don't really care. We just want you to be on stage and have that experience. And my responsibility is to build that stage, build that show, build that environment that these athletes can come and see. And in terms of Fire and Ice, we have 30 lineups, excluding our overall lineups. So we have 30 different classes for the guys competing in. So there's a space for every sort, every body shape, every type of athlete. Starting from novice, we're adding novice bikini lineup this year as well. So there's a novice lineup for the girls, there's novice lineups for the guys, for your first timers, the guys that want to come and compete for the first time, all the way up to our seasoned athletes. And I can tell you, I'm very looking forward to seeing a range of athletes, all the way up to the big boys. We added a new class this year, which is the super heavyweights, the 100 plus guys. To my left, the guys on the camera won't see this, but there's a big boy sitting to my left here that fits well into that class. So I'm excited to see guys like him on stage there as well. So the Fire and Ice is the absolute perfect place to come and get your feet wet, come and see where you want to be. Because yes, you will be measured against some of the best athletes in the country, but that's what it's about. You want to see, if you want to see where you lie, you don't want to face and go stand alone on stage. You want to come and compete against some of the best. And that's Fire and Ice is where you'll find that when it comes to the IBF.
No, definitely. So as a qualified judge, you can put it like that, right? What do you expect from an athlete that's going to step on stage? What are the don'ts and what are the, how can I put it? What is required of an athlete when he steps on stage?
I think first of all, people should realize that bodybuilding as a sport and a passion is not an overnight.
Yeah.
A lot of especially the young generation, they believe that there's a magic pill or a magic thing, and then suddenly they're going to be on stage, and they're going to win, and they're going to look like a pro athlete.
Yeah.
It takes time.
Yeah.
I always make the joke. I said it's not like pro 20 cricket. It's like test cricket. It's built over time.
Yeah.
But you have to start something.
Somewhere, yeah. True.
And every show, and I've had the privilege of competing a few times myself. And every show you learn something.
Yeah.
So get in the best shape possible. Surround yourself with people that have a passion for the sport and that can advise you. And the more you surround yourself with the right people, and saying that, I'm gonna make a statement. Myself, my team, our federation is always open to give advice, to help.
Yeah.
We want athletes to be the best.
Yeah.
That's the point. I mean, I've seen athletes competing in a development lineup all the way getting their pro card.
Yeah.
And there's no better feeling than that. So I would say get yourself in the best possible shape you can.
Yeah.
Make sure that you eat right, your diet is right. Don't be hanging out in the pubs, stuff like that. It's not the same space. Listen, there's two different bars. The one that you get in the gym and the one that you get at the pub. It's different. But get yourself in good. Look after yourself. Surround yourself with people that have the knowledge to assist you. And then come and compete. And then from there, learn. Every show, like I said, I've competed a few times. And I'm still learning. And I'll probably learn till the day that I get forced to be retired out of the shows.
Yeah.
It's not Pro 20, or it's not a quick wham bam and you're on stage and you're suddenly a pro.
Yeah.
It takes time, but you have to start somewhere. So get there, surround yourself with the right people, and learn from them.
Yeah, no, that's correct. As you said, it takes time, right? So behind us, we have some few trophies. There's some guys that just want the trophy. Would you say that it's important to first enjoy and learn about the sports before looking at getting a pro card and trophy?
Listen, pro card, and everybody talks about a pro card and the status that comes with a pro card. And yes, trust me, I can tell you that aiming for a pro card is definitely a great goal to have.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't be the reason or the only reason. Competing at itself is a primal thing, and I'm talking from a man's point of view. And we go through prep, and it's hell.
Yeah.
Going through prep is probably the toughest thing that any athlete will do, and you go through not eating, not training yourself, not getting the right amount of carbs in, and not being allowed to have anything nice, whatever the case may be, and training and X amount of time on the cardio and weights, whatever the case may be, it's hell.
Yeah.
And then you step on that stage, that primal feeling of achieving that moment under those lights.
Yeah.
For those that haven't competed yet, you would not know what I'm talking about. But trust me when I say it makes all of that hell worth it.
Yeah.
And then you build from there. Yes, trophies like these are the aim. You want to get there. But I've always said to any athlete that I've discussed, I said, if you step on stage better than the last time you stepped on stage, you've already won. Because you've literally built, you've improved. Listen, a physique is something no money can buy. A physique and a body that you put on stage is pure hard work. No matter what people say about, I don't know, supplements and all those other things, building a physique, no amount of money can buy a physique. So if you step on stage, you look better than you did the previous time, you've already won. That's how I see it. Listen, I'm an athlete. I still want to place great, still want to take home a nice trophy. I get that point. And yes, you should strive for this. But don't forget the core about why you do it in the first place. And I think that's what you should focus on, and then build your career, build your bodybuilding career to the point where you get a pro card. And then once you get a pro card, then even lift yourself higher than that.
Yeah.
Know that you have this amazing title or status.
Yeah.
Shouldn't then go, okay, but now, then you should really start working.
Yeah.
And also realize that the younger generation will then look up to you.
Yeah.
So then act the right way, compete the right way, and build on that.
Yeah.
So yeah. But from a competing point of view, what you need to achieve, every athlete has their own personal goal.
Yeah.
Myself, I was on a massive weight loss journey.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to achieve that moment on stage and said I've done it.
Yeah.
Then the bug bit me and I fell in love and 6 shows later and yeah, it's every athlete's different.
Yeah.
Every athlete has different goals. Set up goals for yourself. Start with small goals, achieve them, and then once you've achieved the goal, new goal, and so forth and so forth and so forth.
Yeah.
But start.
Yeah.
You won't achieve anything if you don't start.
True. Yeah. Now, Kenda, that's great. So, going back to Fire and Ice, I think it's around September 6th, right?
It's the 6th of September, to be exact. Trust me, I know exactly. I have seen that date so many times. I'm seeing it in my sleep.
Yeah. Can you just let the people know the location of the event? How can one register? And how can one come prepared for that event?
So I'm very excited to say that on the 6th of September,
Yeah.
Fire and Ice will be held at Silver Star Casino.
Yeah.
Now, the venue is absolutely brilliant. Team there have been amazing, and we're really putting up something special there.
Yeah.
The 6th of September and this show deserved a venue of Silver Stars one.
Yeah.
And the IBFF and ourselves put those costs in place to make sure that the venue matches the elegance and the class of the show.
Yeah.
So on the 6th of September, I keep repeating that date because, like I said, I'm seeing that date in my sleep now. But on the 6th of September, Fire and Ice, Silver Star Casino, please reach out to any of us. The posters are going out.
Yeah.
Any of our social media platforms.
Yeah. Can you mention a few of them?
Yeah. So obviously IBFF is on Instagram, Facebook. Those will probably be your two major areas that you can come. You're more than welcome to contact myself, my personal social media, send me a direct message. And like I said, the IBFF is more than willing to help and answer any questions. Our phones have been ringing off the hook. Our personal cell phone numbers are on the posters, on social media.
Yeah.
Guys, pick up the phone us, send us a WhatsApp. I've been so busy answering questions with athletes, but there's no better feeling than doing that because it means that I'm helping them achieve a goal that they.
Yeah. No, okay. And in conclusion, what are your final words or advice for the athletes of the IBF?
I think I want to say something in terms of the athletes. I'm an athlete.
Yeah.
The federation is built and run by athletes because we know what it takes to get to that stage. It gives us a perspective like no other.
Yeah.
And I've been blessed to be involved and be in a management level where I can make a change, make an impact. And now I'm telling you guys, we want to give back to the athletes. I want to give back to the athletes in terms of I know what hard work we put on. But there's only one way I can do that, is by giving you back at the show, putting a show together, trophies. Trust me when I say the trophies, the prizes, the stuff that's going to happen at Fire and Ice is going to be next level.
Yeah.
But I can't do that. I can't give back to you if you don't pitch on the show. If you don't compete, my hands are tied.
Yeah.
So I am asking all the athletes out there to help me fulfill a dream of giving back. All the brilliant years that bodybuilding has given me, I want to give back, but I can't do that if you're not there.
Yeah.
So please, 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 come so that no matter what else happens, I want to make sure that the athletes are on that stage
Yeah.
and experience this amazing show. That's all I'm asking.
Yeah. Now that's brilliant. So I hope the athletes are gonna come, buy an eyes, their best package, and showcase what they got.
Yeah, but guys, trust me, it's going to be worth it.
Yeah.
The quality of the athletes, even from a spectator point of view,
Yeah.
trust me, you don't want to miss this.
Yeah.
There's some quality athletes. I've been talking to some proper athletes.
Yeah.
It's going to be something to see.
All right. Yeah. Thank you very much, sir.
Thanks, man. I appreciate the opportunity.
Right. This is a continuation of the Active Ambition podcast episode. So I have another special guest. He's going to introduce himself and what he's about. Morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
How are you?
Jackie Chan from the movies Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan.
Yeah. So today I'm here with you. Sit down to just discuss the IBFF and the upcoming events. So firstly, I just want to know what are the fundamentals and the origins of IBFF.
So that is most probably the easiest question I'm going to be answering today,
Yeah.
because there is no fundamentals, there's no federation if there's no athletes. So the structure was built and put together based on bodies, athletes, needs, and obviously development going into competition, and then possibly at a later stage going to management.
Yeah.
Bodybuilding, or the IBFF, is not just a platform for people to compete,
Yeah.
but it's also a platform for people to further their own business interest, i.e. personal trainers, that kind of stuff, development, moving to novices and the normal categories.
Yeah.
So when it was put together, it wasn't put together. And if you even look at the structure of IBFF,
Yeah.
it's a non-profit company.
Oh, okay.
So you actually have two structures of the business. The first one is the NPC, which is the members there are owned by the family.
Okay.
And then we have, below that structure, we then have the actual bodybuilding structure, each and every province. So we have Alan,
Yeah.
Crystal, which is our All Africa president. He's also currently looking after South Africa. We haven't appointed a South African president as yet, but that will come obviously in the years to come. And then you have what we would call provincial presidents.
Yeah.
So you guys just spoke of Nico, which is our provincial president, president of Gauteng, and he takes care of all the do's and don'ts and everything in terms of that specific region or province.
Yeah.
He's the president, he's got his vice president, he's got his own setup, he's got his chief judge, own judges. So each and every setup within the structure gets run like a business.
Oh, okay.
What we do in IBFF, nobody else in the world, I believe, is doing.
Yeah.
We have created these provincial presidents, and we have given them a business. So, Gauteng Fire and Ice, that's a little business. The only money that the federation derives from that is obviously the affiliation fees, which means anything else that gets put into there is their little business. They have to find their own money. They have to generate their own money. They have to pay for everything themselves. But at the end of the day, there's no money coming back to the federation. It goes back into the pot of that specific province, and that is their money. So it's their business. It gets run like a business. It's registered as a business. It pays all the taxes and everything else. And then, like I said, underneath the structure of the non-profit company is then your provinces, which then have their respective presidents and their own set of stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So, what is your plan in terms of growing the federation even bigger internationally? I believe you have presidents in different countries. I would like to know how many countries is the IBFF in, and how you planning on expanding that operation.
Great. So just to give a little bit of background, and I think we have discussed this at nauseam in terms of the federation, but there was a split last year in October where the IBFF broke, or the IBFF worldwide broke away from the IBFF. There was just irreparable damage between me and the president. We couldn't see eye to eye, and we amicably agreed to obviously to go our own separate ways, which we have. Subsequently to that, I have appointed the world vice president is Hafiz Saeed Ali. He is from Russia. Then we have a European and Asian president, which is William Foster from the UK. We also be traveling there with the South African team in October to compete in Coventry at the first World Champions. And then we have signed up BI8, which is Bosnia and Herzegovina. We've signed up Spain. We've signed up Italy. We've signed up Moldova. So we currently have 13 countries already signed up to the worldwide trademark setup. Not bad if you take in consideration we only started last year October. We have a lot of work, not we. Hence me now stepping away and obviously starting to deal with all the countries, whereas Alan Crystal will be taking care of obviously the setup here in South Africa. Having said that, I think we still have a lot of work to do. We have changed a lot of rules that's not going to be that suitable for the European market anymore. It's more based around the weight caps and the weight categories. It's more based towards American, Australian, that type of athlete, purely based on the fact that we in South Africa, our athletes are different to the European athletes. There they're smaller, they're lighter, they come in completely different. So it's hard for us to compete against the European guys purely because their weight caps are too low. We can't fit into those. And that was also one of the reasons I decided, or it was one of the big reasons that was part of my decision in leaving last year, because we were not getting the mileage for our athletes like we were supposed to.
Now that's great. So what I want to know is, when you look at a person, what does it take for someone to be a very, very good athlete and to make it to the very top?
So firstly, it's dedication. The sport of bodybuilding is not a race; it's a journey. So the day you get into the gym and you pick up that first piece of equipment or weight, you will know, I like this or I don't like this. I'm going to continue with this or I'm not. It's personal choice. It's not so much how, what, where, and when. And the wonderful thing about the sport is anybody can start. You don't have to have lots of muscles. You don't have to have lots of potential. This is a sport for everybody. Everybody can jump on the bandwagon and be the best he or she can. The journey is wide and far. Some will do it to lose weight. Some will do it to get out of the house and have a more balanced lifestyle. Some will do it to compete. So there's different things for athletes. Not every athlete, not every guy stepping on stage actually, or not every guy stepping in the gym lands up on stage, because that's not how the sports work. So the other thing is not enough information. You go to the causes even today, and we spend a lot of time there with our guys. You find that a lot of these kids are still very ill-informed about what goes on outside of the cause. developments. And I was very surprised because I thought that actually the newer generation is a little bit more open-minded. But I was very, very surprised, and I'm still surprised to find out that a lot of these kids has never ventured outside of the Gaza.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, in terms of the development that we're involved in, it's important for us to say to them, do a show in the Kazi. Now come with us and let's show you what's going on the outside of this Kazi. Because, at the end of the day, it's daunting for these kids. They go into a hall somewhere in the community, there's not much. But they get on stage, they do well, and then you take them into the real environment, and it's daunting and it's shocking for some people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's why we're there in terms of the development to make them understand. From this step, you have another step, which will then be your novices. So you're not taking that guy and throwing him into the deep end. You take him out of the cars, you throw him onto a big stage, and now all of a sudden, where he plays second or third in the cars, he comes in a lineup with 20 people and he doesn't place. Because that can also be very bad for your mindset. I was a big guy in the Kazi, but when I came out, there was 20 people that looked just like me, and I placed 10. So it's not only a physical game, guys, it's a mental game. So you also got to not only do you have to strengthen them in the gymnasium, but you also have to strengthen them in their minds, because the mind controls the body. So if the mind controls the body, the mind controls also the amount of weight that the body gets to pick up. But that mind must be conditioned not only for that, it has to be conditioned for everything. The time and preparation, food that you have to eat. There's so many different things when you're getting onto this road of the sport that you have to consider. The challenges is everybody's got his own opinion. And then you got those other motherfuckers that just got opinions. And they give the wrong opinions to these kids, and these kids get lost. And really, it's our job to make sure that whatever it is in terms of what they want to do, they stay.
Okay, that's very true. So I want you to give people an insight of the amount of work you do behind. All right. So I want you to give people an insight of the amount of work you do behind the show, because a lot of people just come to watch the show. A lot of athletes just come and compete on stage, but they don't understand the work that's behind the show.
And thank you for that. We don't, when you're sitting in a podcast, you don't always get those questions. Especially because the people they just want to write on the day. They don't understand what goes on behind the scenes. So first and foremost, when you prepare for a show, you must bear in mind the athlete needs between 8 and 12 weeks to prepare, right? So we are then already working for the athletes. So your poster has to be out. There's a designer, so now you get to sit with the designer, and you can send that poster back 20 times until it's right. Sometimes they get it right the first time. Sometimes it can take a long time to get out what we're hoping to get. So that poster has to be out at least 12 weeks before the show, because people, although we send out around about December, a list of shows hosting for the next year. Athletes don't read. Let me tell you, you give athlete anything, he'll read the first 3 lines and then he thinks he knows everything and put it away. So if you ever want to write something for an athlete, you put it in the first 3 lines, otherwise they don't get it. They don't read that. I know, because I do postings on the IBFF website about various things. And in fact, I did a Psalms and Psalms versus steroids thing this morning. And I go back and check who's read it. And they click, 20 seconds later, they like it. So how do you like it if you haven't even read it? But be that as it may. So we prepare 12 weeks before the time. The posters go. Then you have to book a venue. Right. You don't always get the venue that you want because the venues are expensive. I can tell you right now, you go to venues like the proper venues, not the school halls like like some of these athletes at the other federations are used to, but proper venues where we host our shows. And those venues are being booked out by other institutions months in advance. So you got to get in there quick and get your day. Here's the sad thing. As soon as you register a date at the venue, you have to pay a deposit. Money comes from your pocket because at that stage you haven't started marketing the show yet with sponsors. So there is no sponsors at the time that you actually book the venue. So your deposits and stuff gets put up 5-6 months in advance just to secure the venue. Now you have the venue, right? Now the work starts. There is 150. There is judges courses that needs to be refreshed. So you got to bring in the judges. You got to retrain the judges. There is training days that we schedule at various places to attract more athletes. We go there. Those are all costs. Then the guys actually running the show. Now you got to go and sit and you got to create a trophy. If you look at our trophies here, just as a matter of interest, these are IBFF trophies. So every single time that we put a trophy on the table, you will never find it with another federation. The guy that's been doing our trophies for all these years, we go and sit. In fact, I met with him and Nico the other day. We decide what we want. So it's not just put 20 trophies in a box and come. We decide what we want. Specifically, that's got course to that specific show. Then the trophies then get sorted. Now you're going to start getting sponsors on board. Who's your nutritional company? We're very lucky. We have had SSA with us for this is our 4th year. So they really look after us because we appreciate that tremendously. Also, SSA is one of it's a tremendous local product which I would recommend to anybody. It's really awesome. So then that meeting happens. Now, how many this, that, the other? So these things don't get done in a day. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of effort. And then you then go live onto social media. And you guys know what happens.
Yeah.
I mean, these things get posted over and over and over again. 4 weeks, 5 weeks before the show, we open up the portal and we then open up the online and the guy starts registering online. Here's the challenge. And maybe having the platform, I can most probably use this as a cry of help.
Yeah.
Why is it that black people don't like to book online? I want to understand it. I want to understand it because you don't know how many athletes you get until they arrive on the day.
Yeah.
So it's risky.
Yeah.
And if you look at the other federations, they will open up online and there's a certain cut-off date. If they reach a cut-off date and they don't have their numbers, they cancel the show, which is very bad. We don't do that. We take them. I mean, I've run shows this year where I have 25 athletes. But I had trophies for 80 people. I had to pay for 80 people's trophies. I only had 25 athletes. You guys understand the risks, that is involved, and the people don't see that. So, if the more we can start teaching our youngsters to register online, remember that gives me an indication how many athletes I might have at my show. Then I can go back to my trophy guy and say, don't do me 80 trophies, please do me 65 trophies. Now, if I save money on 65, an average trophy is 1,400 rand. Okay, 1,400 rand. If you have 30 lineups, and we have 30 lineups, That's already 42,000 rand.
Yeah.
This is just for the first place. Where's the second and third? You know, sometimes our trophies run to 70, 80,000 because we want to give the best trophies. My challenge is that if we can get the guys to register online, it saves me, it will save us a lot of money. So those are all work in progress. It does not happen unless you teach, unless you say, register online. You don't have to, you know, people sometimes think if you register online, you have to pay your fee. No, you don't have to. You can still register. You can bring your money on the day and then just pay the fee.
Yeah.
But by registering online helps us a lot to make sure that we keep the budget tight and that I don't sit with all these excess trophies. These trophies here, I can't use anywhere else because this is the Diva trophy. This is the Diva trophy. So this trophy is now a total waste. And trust me, next year I'm not doing the same trophy.
Yeah.
So this is also where the thing comes in. I start giving these away to the smaller shows or the local shows or the guys, you know, that just runs local shows and that's not federated. Because we have these that you can't sell them. So we just give them away. But there is amazing amount of work behind the scenes, gents, that goes on before a show. Not only in my federation, all the federations. 12, maximum of 12 weeks, minimum of 8 weeks. If that poster is not out, you got a problem.
Yeah. That's good insight. Didn't really have an idea what goes on.
And if I may just reiterate, register online, you do not have to pay immediately. You can still pay on the day.
Okay, yeah.
Just register because it will make my job and my pocket much, much easier. Mm-hmm. And listen, I say this for all the federations, it's not just us. Everybody's got the same challenge. And if I can get these guys to register with all the federations where they compete, then eventually it will become so easy that when they register, they just register because it's normal.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So earlier, I had a chat with Nick. Yeah, Nick showed Fire and Ice. And I also want to include what can people expect from these two Fire and Ice?
So obviously the reason we have provincial shows is obviously to pick a provincial team to then represent the province at the All Africa. Mm-hmm. In the good old days, we used to call it the South Africa Championships. Okay. Now, because we are associated with Africa, we call it the All Africa Championships. Yeah. That also allows people from other countries within Africa, Nigeria, and that kind of guys, that athletes, to come and compete at that specific show. We obviously allow them to do that. So what will happen at these provincial shows? They will now pick a team. Okay. That team will then come to the All Africa. So the All Africa, it's not just anybody walking in and starts competing. It's only selected provincial team members.
Like so a qualifier.
You already qualified at your provincial show, and now you're representing your province at the All Africa. So it's not an open show. Yeah. It's what will happen at Fire and Ice is that these guys will pick a team, and that team will then present Gauteng, and they will come to the All Africa show, and then we will have something very similar for the best province of the day. And out of that, then we then pick a South African team that then this year is going to Coventry in 26th of October or something like that. Oh. We'll take a full team to represent.
No, okay. And basically my final question I want to ask you is, for any person watching this, whether it's an upcoming athlete or an athlete, what does it take for them to have longevity in the sport and to actually be like the very best?
So I can categorize that in many ways. What I would like to obviously emphasize is the following. Go and stand on the stage for the first time. If you like it, then pursue it. It's not easy, guys. It's 5 meals a day. It's training twice a day, training 7 days or 5 or 6 days a week. you basically, it becomes part of your lifestyle. So no more hanging out at the shebeens, no more drinking, no more chochi there in the kazi, because that will not fit into what you want to achieve with bodybuilding.
Yeah.
The other advice I have is that stay away from enhancement drugs when you start. Steroids are not going to help you to get on stage and be big. It's going to give you a lot of water. It's going to give you small man syndrome, and you're going to hate it when you come off it. Really and truly, I would not recommend that. There's some 80% of the sport is nutrition. It's what you eat. And if you're not going to eat, and you're not going to eat clean, you can take as much steroids as you want. You're not going to get the results. Once you get yourself to a situation where you have possibly won provincial lineup, and you enjoyed it, and your genetics is good, and you're older than, I'd recommend older than 25, then, and you really want to start maybe using some PEDs, find somebody that's knowledgeable. That's more important than anything else. You got to find somebody that's knowledgeable, that can advise you. There's also this wonderful thing called AI these days.
Yeah.
And if you can put anything in there, and you can argue with him until that cows come home. There is a lot of information. Nobody has to be unsure of what to take, how to take, when to take, and if you need to take.
Yeah.
All the information is really out there. The only thing now that matters is your decision. Is that what I want to do? Do I want to become a South African champion? Okay, to become a South African champion, I'm not going to be able to do that unless I do some sort of PEDs.
Yeah.
But that has to be a personal choice. And then by that time, you should be training in a gym 5 or 6 years. You don't walk into a boxing gym and jump into the ring and fight as a professional. You start as an amateur.
Yeah.
And the same when it comes to the sport. Start at the bottom. First, see if you're going to enjoy it. It's not a race, it's a lifestyle. If you cannot take this and turn it into, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life, then stay away from all the other problems that can occur.
Yeah.
People give you the wrong advice. They will sell you shit for money. Be very careful what you buy, where you buy, how you buy. So there's a lot of things at stake. And when you're unsure, ask. There's always somebody, and specifically with the older guys that's been around a long time. They understand the sport.
Yeah.
They understand the risks in the sport, and they understand the rewards in the sport. And those are the type of guys, that you can speak to, that will always give you the right advice. So that was what I would like to say to the up and coming. We at IBFF provides a beautiful platform in terms of development.
Yeah.
And novice. So once you finish your development and you place top 3 and you're confident, not even then do we put you into the bigger lineup. We put you to the next lineup, which is novice.
Yeah.
Which means you can grow nicely. Okay, some guys comes from develop right into the seniors because they are that good. You're not gonna put a guy into novice if he's really good and he can move into the seniors. Once again, that is why my team is so important. We look at each and every athlete. There's really nobody from our athletes that can say, I can't approach any one of the management and ask, because everybody is always available to get the best advice possible. How do you grow your federation? How do you grow your athletes to become stronger if you don't speak to them?
Yeah.
How? Because there's no connection. If there's no connection, how do I get you to go to the next step? I can't.
Yeah.
You can't, because we're missing important data in between.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things I can teach you, and there's a lot of things I need to know about you in order to teach you to go to the next. Not just me, I'm talking about the next. So we're transparent, we're open, we talk to the athletes every day.
Yeah.
And even me, I'm out there at the gyms. I speak to people every day, purely because I love it.
Yeah.
And secondly, this sport has done some amazing things for me in my life. And I have stories to tell, and I can tell you something. 90% of the kids out there today have stories.
Yeah.
How they got off the street, how they got off the OP, how. And I can tell you 90% of those stories are success stories. It's not bad stories.
Yeah.
And that's what we want to do. We want to try and keep these kids. Not we. It's not what we want to do, but we have an opportunity. Here's an entity that's structured in such a way that it can take people off the streets into doing something that they love, sorting out their life and not having to worry about drugs, gangsterism. And guys, it's not a black thing. It's across the board. Let me tell you something. It's not about what happens here. It happens all over. I have had many white athletes that has come from that background and turned into some amazing.
Yeah.
There's one little thing that the good Lord gives us. Two things, in fact. It's the only things He gives us. It's called choice, free will. That's all He's given us. It's your choice and it's your will. If you have free will to make that choice, then make that choice. Nobody can make it for you.
Yeah.
But I can lead you or send you in the right direction.
Yeah.
And that's what we're hoping to do here. Our development is very strong. We've purely because of Carbo and SIPO. The guys are really out there doing an amazing job. We're not reaching as many as we possibly can, but that will also change.
Yeah.
We need to get these kids to be okay to come out of the classes.
Yeah.
We need to. That's really what it is.
Yes.
Because I go into the Kazi, we do a show there. 60 kids arrive. I invite 60 kids to come to a show in Midrand. 5 kids arrive. And it's not because of there was transport organized, everything else. I think that they are scared to step out of their little comfort zone.
Yeah.
And it's up to us. Us.
Yeah.
As athletes to say, come out, come have a look. It's not that bad. That's why we also arrange these training days. It's not for the pros. The pros are there so that the athletes can, it's for these kids from the Kazis to come into Sandton or to come into Bedfordview into one of the gyms and come and have, mix with the people there and get that type of atmosphere. To understand it's not so daunting.
Yeah.
We're all the same.
Yeah.
We all pick up 20 kilos, whether you got 2-inch arms or 20-inch.